Good morning, class. Today we're going to be doing a guided drawing of a Chinese dragon. To start this off, I'm going to be starting with the head, and I'm doing this in the top left corner of my page. I'm going to start with a circle. And I'm not pressing down very hard on my pencil because I want to be able to make eraser marks. I'm going to move this close so we can see my head. I'm going to then make a snout. This is going to be the side of the dragon's head, not facing straight on. So I'm going to, not quite in the middle, but a little bit above the middle of the circle, go out and around, not all the way to the bottom. I'm going to curve it and then go out and around for a smaller, it's kind of like a curved rectangle out on the edge. Because I'm not pressing very hard, I can erase my lines. Maybe do a snout. And some triangle teeth. For the eye, there's a number of different ways you can do the eye. I'm going to do a triangle eye. You could do oval eyes. I'm going to do a triangle with an oval on the inside to make it look kind of scary. It's a kind of intimidating dragon. Chinese dragons had a lot of kind of hair on their face, so I might do a curve at the top and then a curve down. Kind of like fire. Curve, 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 curve. I'm connecting at a point, so like just some triangles going off that have curved lines instead of straight lines to make his head. Now if you want to, you could also add a beard or a mustache. Lots of times Chinese dragons would have beards and mustaches, which is pretty cool. Finish your head. And now we're going to start on the body. For the body, we're having a lot of curved lines. Watch my body line first. So I'm going to start at the top of his head, go up, curve down, up, down, not quite as far, and then up again. It was up, up, ended up. And now this second line is going to be the harder lines. We're doing this kind of like a train tracks or like a road. I'm going to start right around here. Maybe I'll do a little bit of under next so you can see it and go up. And I'm going to try to make this parallel. That means I'm never going to get closer until the very end. Try to keep it the same width. So I'm keeping it the same width, following that same line. Oops, I got a little bit skinnier there. That's okay. Doesn't have to be perfect, but do your best. And now it's the tail, so I'm going to get skinnier up here and try to connect it at a point. Do your body. The next step I'm going to work on are the feet. So Chinese dragons have 4 feet. So I'm going to do my little leg is 2 little lines next to each other. Erase the in-between. I'm going to do 4 claws on the front, curve out, curve, and then 1 curve on the back like that. That's how I'm going to do his feet. Now you could also try, there's different ways of doing feet, and that would work as well. I'm going to do a foot, his front foot up here. Now this one I didn't cross over the line because it's behind. It's on the other side of his body. This one I crossed over because it was on this side that we can see on his body. This leg is behind. I'm going to do this one. Curve out. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the back claw. My feet don't look exactly the same, and that's okay. Time for my back foot. This one's going to go in front. I'll do my front one over here this time. And my foot that's behind, on the side we can't see as well. Get those feet done. You want to make the claws look a little bit different. You could draw claw lines. The next thing I'm going to do are the spikes or hair on top of my dragon. So you can make them spikes or you can make them kind of hairy. If you want to make it hairy, I would do more curved lines. I'm going to try to stick mostly with the straight lines though, and do just some triangles on top of my dragon for some spikes. As I go down my dragon's body, I'm going to get smaller and smaller. It's like a zigzag line. Don't make them too crazy small, especially if you're going to be coloring this in. Getting smaller zigzags. Go ahead and do those spikes on your dragon. And the final thing I'm going to be doing today is the texture in his body. Now some dragons, if you want to, you can draw a belly, maybe like this, another line. If you've had enough lines, you don't have to draw a belly. I think it looks kind of cool. I like adding different colors. But for the main texture, I'm going to be using a bumpy line. This is the thing I use on fish scales a lot of times. But I'm not doing them right next to each other this way, because dragons also have those scales. I'm doing a bumpy line starting from one edge, bump, 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 to the other. Now I'm not doing it on the belly. If you chose to do that, the belly doesn't have it. Do those texture scales. And you basically have a finished dragon right here. You can add some color to it. Dragons were really, really colorful. You saw a lot of red and yellow, especially in Chinese dragons. You could practice doing a front face dragon where you have a nice twirly nose, maybe some teeth. I want you to spend the rest of the time today working on whatever kind of dragon or adding color to this dragon you would like to. Here's my front face dragon. I like his nose. Alright, your turn. Get working on this. Write your name on it. Your turn.